Hello everyone and welcome to Fashion Sewing and Creativity with Hi Kati. I am really thankful and appreciative for those persons who subscribe, those who turned on their notification. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And if you're yet to subscribe and turn on your notification, please do so. Thank you. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing us how to take our basic bodice measurement. Now, what do I mean by basic bodice measurement? I mean the measurement from your waistline upwards. The measurement from your waistline upwards. That's what you call your basic bodice measurement. Now, is that you call it your waistline or your front waistline or what have you. So now there the key thing now is, how do you ascertain your waistline? People don't really know where to do or get their waistline and how to get it. So you see some, when it's not the fashion, you see some outfit the waistline is really saggy, but if it is the fashion, quite right. But you see some outfits, it is not the style and it's not giving what it should give. So now there are three methods of ascertaining your waistline. Now the first method is the elbow measurement. Here, wherever your elbow, like that is your waistline. Now that's one. The second method is what the tilting measurement. So when you tilt, that place where you feel like a bump or a dent on your body, that is your waistline. Now the third one is not really so practical, but then over time it works. It's something that if a customer or a client sends you a measurement and they forgot to like add the half length, you can easily maneuver. Now that is three and a half 3 inches or 3.5 below what's your under bust circumference. 3.5 below what's your under bust circumference. So having done that, so I'm going to use the bulk method, the bending method rather. So I'm going to bend and I've gotten it. Now what I'm going to do, you can see it, I'm just going to stand up back. You can do it on any part of your body. Now you're going to tie a cord there. Yes, so it's going to serve what is going to help us like a guide. Now feel free to use your tape, just anything that you feel you can tie at this point. Just use it and do what, and tie it like that. So this is going to serve as a guide for what all you can see. It's at my elbow. So that's our measurement. The next thing we're going to be needing our tape, our measurement book, and that's all. So now, first thing first is what to take your neck measurement. Now to take your neck measurement, whenever you're measuring, it's always ideal to use just 2 fingers, because the more fingers you put in, the more measurements you incorporate into your measurement. The more, yes, now, if you're using inches to measure, when you're cutting, use inches. If you're using centimeter to measure, when you're cutting, use your centimeter. Just make sure that whatever you use is what you're going to use when cutting your fabric. So this is how you measure. You can see this is how you measure a basic. You can see. Let me do it by the side. So you can see this is how you measure a basic neck. But in cases where you're having like a tighter neck, like a turtleneck, then you can feel free to measure based on what the outfit you're making. But ideally, this is how you measure your neck measurement, and then you tilt it. So having done that, the next measurement I'm going to be taking is the shoulder measurement. Now for people that are into pattern, when you want to take your measurement of shoulder, you measure from here to here. Now some persons cannot easily ascertain where their shoulders stop or where their shoulder starts and all of that. Now this is the easiest method. Stretch out your hand like you can see, it's clear in the picture. That place, that dent you're having, that is your shoulder. Let me do it again. That dent you're having, you can see it stops like at that tip. So just do it and then you get it. So now having said that, when you want to take your shoulder measurement, if you're using pattern, you measure from here to that dent. You can see it from this point to that dent. That's how you get your shoulder measurement if you're into pattern. But if you're into freehand, and sometimes some other outfits, this is another method. There are 3 ways. This is another method, from that dent to that dent. You can see it from the dent to the dent. So now the last method is, this one works easily for like kimono and some other outfits that are cut together. Those outfits that the shoulder is actually cut together with the sleeve. So you see sometimes people are actually confused. You know, whenever you're saying measure everything, do not assume that I can add one. Only assume where you don't have an opportunity to meet the client, you cannot talk to the client. But first of all, exhaust your options of what's measuring. So having said that, this method, you put it from this bone here, you put it, and then you measure it towards that dent. That's how you get this one. Then if they cut together and the sleeve is extending and extending, just do it like that and measure it up to wherever you are going to do have your sleeve measurement. So having done that, the next measurement we're going to take now is the word shoulder to nipple. Now, whenever you want to measure your client, always ask your client, are they wearing their good bra? By good bra, I mean, are they wearing the bra they used to go out, their comfortable bra? Because sometimes they have that free bra they just wear at home for wearing sake, and when they come to like come for fitting with their dress, you realize that it doesn't match with, they'll now wear their good bra and then it doesn't match. So always ask them if they are wearing their good bra and all of that. Now, when you want to measure your shoulder to nipple, please ask your client. They can check themselves where their nipple is, but do not assume. So when your client tells you that this is actually where their nipple is, so you measure from that point. See where your shoulder is. From that point, you measure it what to the nipple, and then you write that measurement. These measurements are very key. Your bustier, your corset, your your dart, all of that, they are very, very important. So having measured your shoulder to your nipple, the next measurement is going to be what, shoulder to your underbust. So you just continue like that, shoulder to what, underbust. Now, how to get your underbust? If you're wearing a bra that has a wire, a bra wire, above the bra wire is your underbust length, not below. Above the bra wire is your underbust length. You can see it. Look at where the bra wire is. It's different. So you're going to incorporate some inches if you do it on the bra wire. So above the bra wire is the underbust measurement. So having done that, the next measurement we're going to be taking is the waistline, or the half length, or the front waistline, whatever you know it as. So that is this one. So you measure again from your shoulder. Now, always guide your body whenever you're measuring. Guide your tape to your body. Are you seeing what I'm doing? It's wrong to just come and do it like, because you will see yourself pressing. So always guide, like if you do it straight up to your waistline, you see yourself pressing some inches. So what I'm saying is, always guide your tape to your underbust and then continue. You can see, if I put this tape now, you can see that no part of the tape is bending. So you put it to this point and you measure what, your front waistline or your waistline. Now, let's see if that 3 inches, 3.5 I said in the beginning is going to work. So this is my underbust, and voila, look at it very well. Mine is what, 3 inches on the dot. You can see 3 inches on the dot. Some persons one can be 3.5, but some it just varies between 3.5. Now I've gotten our front waistline. Now some persons, the front waistline is always different from the back waistline due to the bust. Some persons ones are very obvious. Some persons that they have inch, 1 inch, and the rest. But it's always ideal to measure so that if it is very obvious, you know that your back is going to be shorter. So this is what you're going to do. From this bone here, you also measure towards that rope, and then you write that measurement as your backwards length. The other one is what, your front waistline. So when you're measuring, if the difference is much, you see it when we're saying you put the measurement and do what, your adjustment. So having done that, the next measurement we're going to be taking is what, our chest measurement. Chest measurement is not bust measurement. This comes in when you're making like your jacket and all of that. Your jacket, sometimes your corset, yes, some other outfits, your chest measurement comes in. This is above your bust. So when you do it like this, you also, like I said, your 2 fingers, and then you tilt like for some bit of ease. You write that measurement down. Now the next measurement we're also going to take is the bust measurement. The bust measurement, the same thing, the 2 fingers, you also tilt. Like it's ideal to like put it on that nipple line, on your nipple line. It helps. So when you tilt, you get whatever. Let it not be so free, but let it not be too tight. Let it just be in between. So after that, you write your bust measurement. Now the next measurement is your under bust measurement. Now this under bust measurement is totally different from the bust measurement. When you're taking your bust measurements, you are tilting, like you are giving some sort of ease. But for your under bust measurements, you do not tilt. You make it extra firm, because this helps very well in getting your cup and all of that. In your corset, this measurement is very key. You cannot underestimate your under bust measurement in your bustier and your corset. So having done it, you can see it's tight. You don't need to move it around. Once you measure it firmly like this, you do what, you take that measurement down. That is for your under bust measurement. Now for your waist measurement, you take it on that rope, that's whatever you tied, you put it there. Now this waist measurement differs according to clients. Some clients don't want anything clingy, so when you're measuring, ask the client, is this okay for you? If they say yes, there's some that will be like, okay, no, I want like I want my shape to come out. I want it clingy and all of that. So just do what to ask your client what works for them. If this is okay, so when you're done, you just and then you write that measurement. Now, having done this measurement, the next thing you're going to do now is your nipple to nipple measurement. Yes, this is very key. Perfect for your corset, perfect for your bustier, perfect for your dart. It is very important. It's also needed in your jacket. It's a very important measurement. So you also, like I said, you ask your customer from one nipple to another nipple, and then you write that measurement down. So having written this measurement, we have done neck circumference or neck round, we've done shoulder to nipple, we've done the shoulder to under bust, we've done under front waistline and also back, front waistline half length, and also back width. We've done the bust measurement, we've done the waist measurement. I will write all of this in the description. So now the next measurement I'm going to be showing us is how to our body round. Now this body round is very key when you're making your off shoulder dresses. Yes, so that your off shoulder doesn't fall. The person's hand should be down like this. I'm using a human body so that we can understand. It's not like a man. So I'm using a human body so we can understand clearly. Now when you put your hand like this, the person's hand should be like this, and then you measure what the body round. Now this measurement has to be firm because you don't want your off shoulder dropping. You don't want your off shoulder dropping. You take it very firm. You don't even need to move it around. You take it super firm. You can see what I'm doing. Take it firm. So that when you finish making your off shoulder dress, you measure the round of that upper part. If it is not tallying with this, you know that that dress is going to fall off. You do some adjustments. If it is too small, you know that it might be super tight. So this measurement helps like for your off shoulder and the rest of it. So having taken your body round, the next thing you're going to do is to take our sleeve length. Now when you come to your hand, there's this part of your hand that is this upper part is like always bigger. So it's always ideal, like in your sleeve measurement, there are 4 points you should not miss, because when you have this 4 measurements, you can easily alter. You can do like a +1, -1, +2, and the rest of it. So now these are the measurements. Remember that same dent. Since you stop there for your shoulder, you should also start at that point for your what sleeve. Now this is the first thing. You see that upper part of your arm that is bigger, this part, that will be like your first stop in your sleeve. The next stop is going to be slightly above your elbow. Yes, the next stop is this point, they call it 3/4 or 7/8, whatever you know it as. You take that measurement, and the next one is what's your full sleeve. For instance, now if you have a measurement here and your sleeve is here, like the sleeve you're about to make is here, you know that you're just going to add like 2 inches. If you have your 3/4 here or your 7/8 here, and you know that the next measurement is here, you can just do like a -1 or something like that. So these 4 measurements here, here, they're like your go-to. You can easily manipulate and maneuver and get any other sleeve measurements you want to get. So having done that, those same 4 points we measured, you're also going to go to those points and measure what the round, that's the circumference or the round, whatever you call it. You measure one, you also come to this part, you measure the second one, you come to this part and you measure like that. Remember, 2 fingers. You can see just only these 2 fingers, measure it. The same thing you also do for what this point, you measure it like that. So having measured the sleeve, now the next thing I'm going to show us is how to measure our armhole. Yes, a perfect armhole will make you be able to say, when you go to church, you can raise your hand freely. You can say hello when you see your friend and all of that. Yes, so it doesn't look like when you see your friend, you can't greet, you can say hello, I miss you. So now the first method is you're going to make this like this. You can see it's not gaping. It's not. You measure it like this. You measure the round like this and divide it by what? 2. You get your what? Armhole depth or arm side or armpit depth, whatever you call it. Armhole, arm side, armpit depth, whatever you call it. That's method number 1. The second method is you divide your bust by 6 and you add what? 1.5. You divide your bust measurement by 6 and you do what? You add 1. Yes, like I said, you divide your bust measurement by 6 and you add what? 1.5. So now the last method of measuring your armhole measurement is, now when you take your hand down, you can see this point here on your armhole. Just mark it out to like your center back. Then you measure from this bone here to that length. From this bone to that length. It gives you what? Your armhole or arm side measurement. Do you understand? So I've showed us how to. Then lastly, there's another measurement that is needed was in pattern, and it's called back width. You can also make use of it in freehand if you know how to use it. Now this back width measurement, when you take your hand down from this point here to that same point, you measure it from this point, like you measure it across. That gives you your back width. It is very needed in pattern, and it's also needed in some freehand if you understand, like if you understand your measurements. So having said this, these measurements are key. Like I said, do not assume, do not say, oh, when you do this one you add 0.5, when you do this one, there are some places that you can add, but always measure. Like let me give you an instance. If you're making like a u-neck or like a depth of a dress, it is always okay to tell your customer, like, how would you want your cleavage to show? It's always okay to measure from here to that depth. This is another measurement to take. This measurement is called neck depth. Feel free, yes, this is how you measure your neck depth. From this point here, um this part of your neck that sinks in, you measure it down. If you person wants like a bit of cleavage, you measure it. So you have different measurements. You measure up to this point that is decent, you measure up to above the cleavage, and then you measure like on the cleavage. So you write this thing as what your neck depth. You also write it as your what neck depth what measurement. So these are the various measurements you need for what's your upper body. Please, if you have any questions, do ask your question. I'll be in the comment section to respond to all of your questions. But pending that, do well to subscribe, tell your friends, tell your family to subscribe and turn on your notification. Just like I said, I keep bringing us juicy and important with measurements. So thank you for watching this measurement. In the next video, I'm going to be showing us how to measure what our jumpsuits, our play suits, and our trousers. I'm going to be showing us in the next video how to watch it. So please watch the next video. Have a good day.